Hey YouTube, Wheelchair21 here, and this is my review for Transformers Generation Thrusts. It's, I guess, late, kind of late, yeah, 3 weeks late. And, well, I bought this, I don't know, about a month prior before the Megatron, and it's a really nice figure. The plane, uh, it's one of my favorite Decepticons for its style. I forget what class of plane it actually is. I never really give a damn. I mostly was in love with Thrust for his turbine engines that were attached to his wings. I always found a fascination with those. I always thought it was a weird uh, transformer for what it was. A thing also that I like always was about G1 planes, at least, was their lasers, their photon beams. I always enjoyed them. In the toys now, they are missiles, firing missiles that shoot. I don't know how far. I never really fire them off. They only shoot about maybe an inch, less than that, and just seem to roll once they're fired. Uh, I mean, without them, it looks kind of pointless when it's attached. And the transformation for this is fairly easy, slightly difficult when you're learning, or at least trying to figure it out without breaking it. The design is pretty good, and then the bottom design, the wheels flap out, uh, the wheels here, and I mean, it's good. I never really put the wheels down. I never have a reason to put the wheels down because I just mostly deal with it in plane mode, flight mode. I really don't usually use him in robot mode. Uh, so I'm going to show how to transform this and then review it. First, usually I just take off the his firing cannons, so I can have some freedom about it. Then I usually just pull out the legs, which extend out like that to give the hip joint placement, and then I pull out his feet parts down here. I should probably angle it towards the light and instead against it, so there's a giant shadow casting off of it, and they pull down in a 90-degree angle, and you're practically finished with making his legs. Once building his legs, you're going to want to work on his lower abdomen, so usually I flip the wings up, flip them down, flip them in a 90-degree angle, and then you flip the wings into another 90-degree angle, creating an L shape, so like this, and then it's completed. The wings will look like that on this angle, and then they'll look like this. Crap. Okay. Now, usually what you'll need to do is pull the chest up a bit, so that there's just this bit of a cutoff. That's how the arms come out. The arms flip out pretty easily, flip down into a 90-degree angle. Mostly the whole transformation is about a 90-degree angle, where then you'll take the cockpit, flip it up, spin it 180, and then push it down on that little lever till you got it practically all the way down so that the body closes on it. So then it'll look like this. Once finished, you'll flip the cockpit, the main tip of the cockpit, around 90 degrees. Crap. It doesn't want to flip at this angle, so it's before you push it down. I always forget that. Before you push down the cockpit fully, always flip it 180. Okay. And then to get the arms out, you have a similar little... Damn it, my light is not giving all shadow. I wasn't thinking. You have a flip fist, and the flip hands usually flip right out. The left hand always gives me more trouble than the right, and it flips out like so, yeah, easily. I don't know, there's something wrong with this camera compared to my other one, but flip out the hands, flip the body, get the chest locked in, get the arms locked in, and you're practically done. You just gotta attach the arm cannons, where I'm gonna move this up slightly. I'm not good with Transformers review. I've only done 2 so far, and this is my second. My first one was done way better because I had the proper camera built into the computer, like over at my aunt's where I had the table and that. But over here I'm using my old webcam since my computer's finally fixed, and it's not the greatest cam ever. It has auto adjusting, which I can't seem to turn off, and it just really pisses me the hell off. The figure, it's pretty accurate. To the G1 sculpt, more than accurate. I don't have the G1 because I was born in the 90s, and uh, I've just been able to see G1, so when I bought this, I liked Thrust. I didn't like all the other really like plain Decepticons, but I like Thrust for his just design and shape and mold. And I bought this. I enjoy it. The one thing I've never really liked about G1 Transformers are their photon cannons on their shoulders. I would have liked them maybe more around on their forearm when they transform because it hinders the performance of the character when you try to move it because you have to like move the arms down if you want to put the arms straight out for like a punching, and it doesn't just work perfect. It doesn't work perfectly at all. You got to put the arms down and you got to flip the wings up, and the wings always stay like that. Robot form, I don't really like it. It's because mostly the shoulder packs. If the shoulder photon cannons were on the arms and not really in the way of the wings, I would like it a lot more. Standing, however, it's balanced out pretty nice. It's pretty good. I mean, I prefer the Megatron toy a lot more than this Thrust. And, I mean, I don't really know. I don't really have anything bad against this toy. It's just, I don't like the photon things, which is the only thing I've never liked about Wing G1 Transformers at all. I just never liked it. I enjoyed more of them for their plane stages, because I used, as a kid, I was always addicted to watching the movie Top Gun, which probably has a reason to why I like airplane Transformers in a sense, is because I always watched Top Gun as a kid and collected model airplanes. Uh, I'm just rambling now, because I really have, I don't know, it's an easy transformation. I mean, it's a stage 3, I think. I mean, it used to be stage 1 through 4, but now this is a stage 3. And when first getting it and playing around with it, you tend to make it more of a 4 than it is a 3 if you're not looking at the instructions, which I prefer to do. I never like looking at instructions when making a transformer. It makes me feel stupid if I use the instructions to transform it. But then when you find out they also printed the instructions wrong on some of the characters, you have a bigger hassle than it already has. So anyways, I'll give this probably at least a 5 for being pretty accurate to the mold and sculpt of the character, but I'll give it a 3 for robot-wise. For the robot-wise, it's pretty simple in the G1 thing. It has great knee articulation in a sense that it can move its knees, but the hindering of its arms and it's a little tighter on the elbows, in a sense, makes the toy a problem, because also the cannons tend to fall off when you try to pose the arms. When I was moving it now, they fall out pretty easily. They're just shoved in there, and there's no real locking mechanism in it. So yeah, I would give this a 3 for the mold, for being almost dead on to, I guess, G1 original toy. I'd give it a 5. So being dead on 5 for a toy whatsoever, I'll give it a 3, 4, between a 3 and a 4, so 3.5 to be nice enough for this only being my second Transformer review. And I hope you enjoyed it. This was a Wheelchair 21 rolling review of Generations Thrust, and yeah, I better work on the light or my Shinken Red review is gonna suck. Bye, YouTube.